With Splint's Friends and Foes program,
You can call your friends all you want.
and we'll charge it to your foes.
It's that simple,
Whether it be your ex-wife or your boss, your abilities get paid for you.
By the people you hate the most. Give us a list of your friends and foes.
and we'll take care of the rest.
Splint, where you get revenge.
And savings at the same time.
Second attempt. One. Blue's a lucky one.
3, 4, 5, 6.
This is a healthy competition going on here.
7, 8, 9.
You got 9? 10! Yay! You got it! A new world record! Yay! What do you have to say for yourself?
11,
Oh my God.
12,
12! 13!
14,
14!
15,
15!
15.
15! Now, what's your name again?
Alex Krause,
Alex Krause from...
Sturgeon, Maine.
Thank you, Alex Krause. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. Here we are again, friends. Why, it's Wednesday, as they call it. Halfway through the week, you might even say. And I'm glad that you're spending some of your time today here at the Truth Quest because you are a Truth Quester. Why? Because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, I hope you're all having a great week and welcome to the show. We've got a big surprise today in Chatlandia. Let me just, show you what happened here. Amazing. And we have to thank our friend Dark Brain. And we're going to go over to Chatlandia pretty suddenly, but I wanted to highlight this right away because it happened right before the show. Here it is. And Dark Brain has gifted a subscription to Truth Quest with Aaron Moriarty. And that's awesome. And so who got it? Let's see. Oh, it looks like a Cap 78 pack. Peggy Dancer got it. Fantastic. All right. Well, let's go over there to Chatlandia, shall we? And check out all of our Truth Questers over there, chatting all over the place, shall we? There we are. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. All right. What's going on? No clue, Mr. Magoo. All right. It's Catherine Weiss 123. She's one of our Ultramods. She says, hi, Aaron. And then she also says, I'll be over there on YouTube tonight. We definitely need people, someone on YouTube, because that's where a lot of the shenanigans happen. I think they let a lot of questionable people in there. And Kathy also says, hi, Peggy. And then I said, hi, Kathy. Okay. And then Kathy said, hi, Aaron, over there on YouTube. Then I said, hi, Kathy, over there on YouTube. And then Peggy Dancer said, hi, Aaron. Hi, Weiss123. Catherine Weiss. Kathy, I'll be on Rumble tonight. Awesome. And Kathy said, hi, Peggy, over on YouTube. And then I said, hi, Peggy. She's one of our Ultra mods. And Cap 78 Pack, Peggy Dancer says, hi, Aaron. Hi, Weiss123 Kathy over on Rumble. And look who else is here. Why, it's another one of our Ultra mods, Dark Brain. He says, hi, Aaron. Hi, Catherine. And Dark Brain also says, hi, Cap. And then Cap 78 Pack, Peggy Dancer says, hello, my brother, at Dark Brain. And she gives a prayer and a heart and another prayer. Isn't that nice? We've the nicest Ultra mods here. And the nicest chat. And Dark Brain, this is the gift that he, this doesn't show up. That's why I took a screenshot of that gift that Dark Brain gifted to a subscription to Peggy Dancer, Cap 78 Pack. And she says, Cap 78 Pack was gifted a membership by Dark Brain. Awesome. Oh, and look, it's Paul Bright over there on YouTube. Says, hi, Aaron. Hello, Paul. And let's see. I said, hi, Dark Brain. Thank you, buddy. You rock, for the subscription. And then Dark Brain says, no problem. No prob, which means problem. And then Cap 78 Pack says, thank you, Dark Brain, for the sub. Isn't that nice? And then Dark Brain says, you're welcome. See how polite and nice everyone is? That's a wonderful thing. And Kathy says, hi, Dark Brain. And Kathy also says, hi, Paul Bright. I wonder if Paul Bright's any relation to Burning Bright. You think so? And Kathy says, hi, Aaron, over there on the portrait show over there on YouTube. I get so confused. And then Paul Bright says, hi, Catherine. And look, we got another person over there on YouTube. Julian Santos says, hi. Well, hi there, Julian. And Paul Bright, do you know much about time travel? Well, I have a time travel machine. And I'm personal friends with Andrew D. Bashago. So I know a few things. Based on those two things. Now my time machine, time travel device, you can only go forward in time. You can't go backward. So it's a one-way thing. Only one way. And Shelly Girl XD says, hello, keep up your amazing work. I wish you great success. Well, thank you very much, Shelly. I appreciate that. It's pretty cool. And Shelly Girl says, goodbye now. Okay, well, that was short. Well, glad that you were here. And Luther Hughes says hi. Hi, Luther. Good to see you here. Got a lot of new friends over there on YouTube. And we have another one here. Hawomed 67. All right. That's an interesting message. Thank you. And then Big says, nice glasses. Well, thank you. Yeah, they were the least expensive frames. And I preferred them, actually. They were my favorite. And then Luther Hughes says, exit on. Luther Hughes, 67. Okay. And Luther Hughes says, one that start high with high. Okay. And then a 67 again. Not sure what that exactly means. And then I get a hi, Captain, from Big JF2X. And here's Jerry Lahane. Was Heidi Pop on last night or tonight? Well, I have not heard back from her. She was going to get back to me, and when she was going to be able to come on the show, and I have not had a chance to message her. So I had some emergencies at the house here. So good to see you, Jerry. And then Dark Brain says, hey, Jerry. And then Jerry says, hi, DB, Dark Brain. And Cap 78 Pack says, hi, Jerry Lahane. And Jerry Lahane says, hi, Cap. And Catherine says, please like and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. And hit the old thumbs up-arama, because that helps the old algorithm and the algo beat and the algo melody. Helps all those algo things. Whatever those algo things really are, I don't think anybody knows. Oh, and Buying says, can't go back. Nope, you can't go back on my time device. Others, according to Andrew DiBasciago, DARPA had perfected several different modalities of time travel by 1970, and Tesla vortal teleportation too. And then Dark Brain says, howdy, folks, over there on YouTube too. And then Paul Bright, would you be willing to elaborate on time travel if you believe it or not? Well, I think actually we are all time traveling through our whole lives. We're traveling forward in time. And, I think that having access to a time machine wastes your time. It will waste your time because you only have a certain amount of there's an average number of heartbeats for all mammals. And so you're only going to live so long. So if you're traveling back and forth in time all the time, you're not really being in your present. And that's really all that we can effectuate, all that we can affect. So you can go back in time, but according to Andrew, you can't change anything. You can just go and witness it and be part of that original event, but you can't change it. Because you're coming from a present where that thing happened. So there's no way for you to change it. It's already set in stone, I guess. And that's what they told Andrew in the programs. And I think he is a very good source for that. And then Jerry Lahane says, what day is Heidi Pop on? Good question. I will let you know as soon as I find out. I just don't know yet. I don't know. She's in the town here. She lives in the same town in Sturgeon Bay, over here in Wisconsin. Okay, thank you, he says. And then Jerry Lahane, Heidi did some SSP interviews. Yes, she's awesome. And Dark Brain says, for your information, there is a horizontal stream going where most of the chatters will be. You can find it on the main Truth Quest channel page. Feel free to head over. I'm going there now. Well, that's a nice message. Thanks, Dark Brain. Yeah, some people might not know that there's 2 different streams on YouTube. And Kathy says, hi, nice to see you. Or Dark Brain says, hi, Catherine, nice to see you. Oh, thank you. Oh, look, I just got my Google iPhone, because it's got a Google on it, a googly eye. Brought to me by Wonky Donk Mooberry. Thanks, Wonky Donk Mooberry. Alrighty then. And Dark Brain says, howdy, Paul. Welcome in. And then Kathy says, good to see you too, Dark Brain. All right, we're all caught up. How do you like that? Alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, let's cruise on over to the land of Zuckers, or what Heidi Pop calls the Book of Faces, or some people call it Facebook. I think it's going to be known as the land of Zuckers, because a Zucker, as you know, a Zucker is born every minute over there. Oh, and Paul Bright says, love the phone. Oh, you didn't see the bat phone. Where's the bat phone? There it is. Here's the bat phone. So Sometimes I get calls on that from one of our ultramods, Kathy. Alrighty then. Let's go over to Facebook, the land of Zuckers. And here we are, and there you have it. And what is this? You think our moon is interesting? Well, this is, and it's from our thumbnail tonight, from Echoes of Unbound Curiosity. This is the clearest image ever taken of Phobos, a moon of Mars. Mars has 2 moons. And I believe it's Phobos that interacts electrically with Mars, according to some people who claim they know about the missions to Mars. At first, they put their bases of operation near the equator where it's the warmest. But apparently that's where they get zapped, either by Phobos or the other moon. It comes close and it interacts like with lightning, and it's just too much of a hassle. So they went up north to like the edge of the up north area where it's colder, but there's no electronic interaction there. Face the Zucker, yes. And Dark Brain says, hi, JB. And Capsule Pack says, at first I thought that was the lungs of some patient when you enlarge it, Dwarp. Well, yeah, isn't that crazy looking? I mean, you look at this area right here, it's blue, right? It's blue. Now, Evan would like that because blue is his favorite color. Like he calls it blue, blue. His tongue comes out, blue. He's 3. That's how he says blue. And, you know, what is that? It almost looks like a pattern too. Like there's some sort of a intelligent pattern going on there, but maybe not. But absolutely bizarre. Also, a Russian probe was lost. The last picture it took was a picture of Phobos and a long, like cigar-shaped, very long something. And then they lost contact with that probe. With that, it was going towards Mars, and it never made it there. But they got that last picture. And also, Phobos is central in the Space Cadets story that me and my friend Ray did back in the awesome 90s, back in Minnesota at Cable Access. Space Cadets. That's the Battle of Phobos. That's where I left Ray there, actually, Eric Thorne, on Phobos to die because we thought he was already dead, but he wasn't. He was rebuilt by robots, and he came back to reap his revenge on me. Maybe we'll play that a little bit later. Oh, here we go. Hello?
The chat is on the screen.
Oh, the chat's on the screen. Okay, thanks, Kathy.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was the old bat phone there. It's a little bit hung up. Oh, that's why. All right. Alrighty then. Well, we got to get that off of there, don't we? There. How's that? All right. So yeah, Phobos, the Battle of Phobos. That's where Space Cadets, the story kind of started. And here is from Chad Harrison, the principal of Olympic High School, was fired for forcing students to participate in off-campus activities protesting ICE. This is great news. Yeah, these teachers and principals that are bringing the kids out, teaching them to be terrorists. That's not what they're doing. Is not protesting. Protesting is standing in an area where you're allowed to stand and holding a sign and being peaceful. These people are not being peaceful. And a little girl, a 7-year-old girl, got sprayed with pepper spray. Terrible. You do not bring your kids to that. Oh, and Buying says, hello, Aaron and mods, good people. And Paul Bright says, do you believe Bob Lazar has some element 115? I have no idea. I know that some people think that he does. I do believe his story. And his story keeps being verified by many different people. So yeah, this is a terrible thing. Oh, look, Punxsutawney Phil, 3 more years of MAGA. All right, Colin Wayne, thanks for that. Thanks for that. Trump kickstarts $12 billion Project Vault critical mineral stockpile. This is interesting, a great idea, because minerals are critical for our survival as a nation. And if China is supplying us with all of our minerals, China's friendly now, but maybe they might not be in the future. So it's important for us to be making all of our own stuff, including minerals. Oh, Obama's birth certificate is bogus. If Obama's birth certificate is bogus, which it is, after all, then not only was he not a legitimate president, then he was never actually naturalized, which means he isn't even a legitimate citizen, so he could be deported back to Kenya. Goodbye. Let's see that happen. Oh, don't you wish that would happen? U.S. factory output rises to near 4-year high as manufacturing rebounds. It had to, with Trump at the helm. Donald Trump put this out. I, Donald Trump, am announcing that I will drop all tariffs against Canada if Governor Mark Carney comes clean with regards to his many trips to Epstein's Island and his money laundering. Boom. Boom, daddy. I like that. And Trump also put this out. I'm going to widen it a little bit so it's visible. All right. Why hasn't the fake news New York Times adjusted its phony article on the corruption and anti-Semitism which has taken place at Harvard? They never call for facts or fact checks because the Times is a corrupt, unprincipled, and pathetic vehicle of the left. They wrote only negatively about me in the last election, I won in a landslide. To anyone who knows they have zero credibility, a rag at the lowest level, I look forward to watching their rapidly falling circulation force them to finally close their doors. That would be great news for America. I agree. Yeah. Killed by kindness, 10. I think it's the 19 now. Freeze to death after Mandami says he won't force homelessness off streets. Homeless off streets. That's, yeah, it's falling apart over there. And this was yesterday, and that was the day the music died. That day in history, the day the music died. Of course, Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. And Eddie Cochran was on that tour too, but he got called away just before. So he was spared that fate that they met. But he died a year and a half later in a car crash in England. I think if you were meant to go, your time is short. I think that's what happens. Thanks, Tina Ross. And here is from my memories from 2021. In Sturgeon Bay, I took these pictures. I was driving along and I thought, holy crap moly, look at that sunset. I got to get this on film. So I clicked a few shots and there it is. Sturgeon Bay heading towards one of our 3 drawbridges. We've got 3 drawbridges. You don't have to draw them, but you do have to drive over them, but not when they're up. Not when they're up. Oops, going the wrong way. Leaking the Epstein files, thinking you finally got Trump. This is the D's. Oh, exposes their own party instead. Right. Thanks, Sherry Debbie Chapman. She's a pretty cool gal. Give her a follow. Oh, and look at this. What's this? The Indian Hills Community Center and sign. Found a wooden shoe in my toilet. It was clogged. It was clogged. It certainly was. Holy crap, California now owes $1 billion in federal funds spent on health care for illegal aliens. That'll teach them. The Trump administration is making them pay it all back. MAGA. Pay it back, buddy. Look at all these other places. Look at this. Look at all this money. All to illegals so they could steal the election. Oh, look who's here. Why, it's our longtime friend, Skylark74. Greetings, fellow truth questers, he says. Dark Brain says, hi, Skylark. Kathy says, hi, Skylark74. And Captain A Pack says, hello, Skylark. Good to see you this evening. And I got to say hi to Skylark. Exclamation points when you can use them. If you can use them, use them. Use them before you lose them. That's what I do. And yeah, ABC facing backlash for never airing Epstein accuser video. Never forget, they attacked Pizzagate as a hoax. ABC News, owned by Disney, also refused to allow their reporter to air her show, which would have saved more children. Yeah, it's sick. Uh-oh. I think I know what that is. Hello.
The chat is on the screen.
Chat's on the screen. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Oh, boy. There I go again. Leaving the chat on the screen. Yep, it's all coming out now. And believe me, all of us who were talking about this for many years, over a decade now, we wish it wasn't true too, but we knew it was true. It's just the normies are sort of waking up to that. But I don't think the normies are watching the kind of news that doesn't even talk about anything true. So they're still in the dark. Thanks to the warmth of collectivism, New York has never been better. Yeah, a dozen homeless dead, garbage 8 feet high. I've been to New York when the garbage men were on strike, and it's a smelly situation, especially all these restaurants that have fish. They have, all the fish parts out there, smelling everything up. So there you go, Mondami. And he's in the Epstein files too, as a little kid. His mom knew Jeffrey, and he looks a little bit like Jeffrey. Imagine that. Republican Army put this out. How come citizens are audited, fined, and punished for fraud, but government isn't punished for fraud? 300 million Americans would like an answer. Yes, we certainly would. Oh, and what's this? Yes, Obama is one too. They got the FBI official pedophile symbols, this kind of coiling triangle here. And he's got a cap up there with all these triangles, the coiling triangle. Yeah, he's sick, a sick puppy. Cat Turd put this out. The release of over 3 million documents pertaining to Epstein has proven two things. Number one, Trump is totally innocent. And number two, an almost Democrat politician or celebrity who have screamed loudest about Trump is knee-deep in the Jeffrey Epstein satanic pedo cult. Thanks, Poppy. Yes. And George Bush Sr., and my dad always told me, never trust someone with close set eyes. And this creep has close set eyes. George H.W. Bush raped a male, I think it was a boy, victim, and that same victim was also subjected to a ritual sacrifice in which his feet were cut off with a sword. And I heard that it was not just one boy he killed, it was many. So that's sick. These people are sick. And Trump's bringing the whole diseased temple down. That's a glorious thing. Tom Tiffany, who's running for governor of Wisconsin. Tom Tiffany, Eric Tooney call on Wisconsin Democrats to return Reid Hoffman's $15 million after new Epstein emails. Yeah, they never will. They're disgusting. The FDA just announced it's removing big pharma employees from advisory committees. So that's good. Oh, these are always good. Let's watch this. Say you want a Tesla robot? Maybe not.
I've done it. I've actually done it. Now to send a message back in time to my former self and prevent the biggest mistake of my life. Stop. Those are raisins. I've done it. I've actually done it. Now to send a...
He uses time machine for a good purpose. What happened there? Oh my goodness. What? How did that do that? Oh my goonie. Oh, this is... Did we already watch this last time? I think we did. I think we're... Somehow... Oh gosh. Trump accounts. You know what? We're going to get off of Facebook because it's just screwing it up. It's not doing good over there. Well, that was a short one. But let's go over to X and see what's happening over there. Maybe we'll have better luck over there. I tell you, all of this technology, it's too technical for me. And look at this. Senator John Fetterman finally admits what we've known. I can't stay a Democrat. They've lost their way. Switching to GOP for re-election because he actually polls better as a Republican. Legend or sellout, either way, Dems in shambles. Yep, they lost Mr. Fetterman there. Oh, after 50 years, Budweiser closes its only brewery in California. February 22nd. They're all leaving. And the only people who are happy about all the people leaving California is U-Haul. They're pretty happy about it. And Darshank R. In 1973, this man learned to exit his physical body. He mentally traveled to Jupiter and described its rings. 6 years later, NASA's Voyager 1 confirmed every detail he reported. CIA immediately classified it. But what he discovered about consciousness will terrify you. Look at this. He's talking about all the rings around Jupiter. Yeah, they don't really tell you what he... I can't read this down here. It's too small. Too small. Yeah, what did he say? I don't know. It's a mystery. No clue, Mr. Magoo. All right, this is going to trigger a lot of the left, and it's 100% true. To celebrate Black History Month, let's all take a moment to honor the most accomplished African-American of our generation, Elon Musk. He is an African-American. Isn't that cool? Imagine that. What a joke, Cat Turd says. Zero hedge. The man who shockingly awarded the newly elected Barack Obama the Nobel Peace Prize in 2009 and who was chair of the Nobel Committee from 2009 to 2015 was frequently on Epstein Island. Look at that. Oh, gosh, so much is coming out. It's just crazy. Oh, do you hear this? Biologists say the sun may be conscious. Look at that. It does look conscious, doesn't it? It looks like it's some sort of living form. Look at that. It's beautiful. 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 Look at this. This is not so beautiful. Archaeologists may have just unearthed the final resting place of one of history's most legendary figures, Genghis Khan himself, in Mongolia's remote Kennedy province near the banks of the Anan River. road construction workers stumbled upon a mass grave of 68 skeletons. Look at that. Is that AI generated or real? I don't know. No clue, Mr. Magoo. Stone structure. Forensic experts now believe these were the laborers who built the tomb. Yeah, they didn't get to enjoy their retirement, did they? Yes, we'll use those for the burial. Sacrifice to ensure its location remains secret. Well, it didn't stay secret forever, did it? We found them, and you shouldn't have killed all those people, right? That's right. Oh, look, other birds building nests versus pigeons. Look at this bird. Look at the pigeon's nest. Oh, nice. A couple little twigs on a glove. Look at all the work. But you know what? To give pigeons a little bit of credit here, they're usually in like urban areas where there's not a lot of twigs, not a lot of branches. They make do with what they got. It's obviously working for them. So isn't that? So funny. Oh, this is good. Tulsi Gabbard walking into Fulton County election office. Oh, that's hilarious. Look at this. I think this is AI. Check this out. Fish with GoPro exploring the train on the bottom. I'm sure this has got to be AI. And you'll see very much proof of that. Oh, been down there, obviously, decades. But a foot moving? Yeah, right. I don't know. So that's AI, I would guess. Maxine Waters, can you shut up? Scott Besant. Well, let's listen to it.
Claiming my time was a mass unfettered immigration. Mr. Chair, will you let him know that when I asked
the time does belong to
the housing
woman.
10 and 20 million immigrants. Can you
Look
shut
at the
up?
housing stock of working Americans, and can you maintain some level of dignity?
Gentleman's time has expired.
No, my time has not expired.
Your time has expired. The
gentleman took up my time. I think you should recognize that, Mr. Chair.
The gentlewoman's time has expired. The gentlewoman's time has expired.
Well, if you chair,
parliamentary.
The chair recognizes the vice chairman of the committee, Mr. Heisinger.
Parliamentary inquiry.
Go right ahead, but I would not expect you to do that. Claiming my time was a mass unfettered immigration.
Maxine Waters is a train wreck. She should retire. She should retire. Schmidt, I've known this for going on 9 years, but I'll admit it's nice watching the rest of the world catch up. Now, factor into this that while he was an informant, Trump had his own private intelligence agency working for him since the late 1980s. Listen to this.
Let me go and search Trump. Donald Trump. Witness. It's witness information. Wait, Donald Trump was a witness in this, right? That's what it says. It says witness information. And it says age 70. So this was 9 years ago because he's 79 now. He was an informant. Yes, he was. And this is an open secret. Everybody knows this.
So he had his own intelligence agency. He needed to kind of navigate the mob over in New York. But I think, and I've said this before on the show, I have a theory. I have a theory that Trump may have been at some level helping to foster or to bring about the anonymous group back when it first started many years ago. Was it like 2010 or 2009 or whenever it was? Because after Trump became president in his first term, I was watching what he was doing, going after the human traffickers and the cartels. And I thought, wait a minute. Anonymous went after the cartels. They took down a cartel in Mexico with their hacktivism. And I thought, that's the type of thing that Trump would be behind. Batman, the secret Batman, organizing and maybe funding some hacktivists to affect some change in the world. I think that now I don't expect him, even if it's true, I don't expect him ever to admit it, because why would he? Right? But that's just a feeling I have about that. Who knows? Nobody knows. No clue, Mr. Magoo. Nick Sorter, incredible. Oh, yeah. This is funny. Oh, did you see this? This Eilish person?
No one is illegal on stolen land. And yeah, it's just really hard to know what to say and what to do right now. And I feel really hopeful in this room, and I feel like we just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting, and our voices really do matter, and the people matter. And I say sorry. No one is illegal on stolen.
Well, her mansion is on illegal land. Did you hear about this? Eviction law firm is offering to evict Billie Eilish from her home for free on behalf of the Tongva tribe. Eilish, how do you say that? It's a weird name. Admission that she lives on stolen land gives the tribe a rightful action for possession, if this is true. So there you go. That's pretty cool. Nicki Minaj, somebody needs to wake up the Republicans. 50 million viewers, 50 million views. Look at that. And she says, what sensible, forward-thinking, cutting-edge leading nation is having a debate on whether or not there should be voter ID? Like, they're actually fighting not to have people present ID while voting for your leaders. Do you get it? Do you get it now? Yeah. This is really fabulous. I mean, I'm not a fan of any rap music. I think rap rhymes with crap to me. Everyone's got different tastes. I like rockabilly for some reason. I just like rockabilly. It speaks to me. Oh, and Skylark says, but I see no evidence that these self-righteous leftists have the slightest awareness of what hypocrisies they are. Yes, they are very. Hypocrisy is the only thing they know. Oh, that and cheating. That's the only thing they know how to do. Right? Thanks, Nicki Minaj. I'm glad that you turned to the light, and she's going to be very instrumental in helping the public to wake up to this. Breaking, the Washington Post fires 1/3 of its staff across all departments, not just the newsroom. In mass layoffs, the Trump curse is real. The Washington Compost, you might even call it. Oh, a UFO drop. Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp released footage of a Reaper drone filming a UFO showing instantaneous acceleration. Let's watch this. No sound. No sound. Watch, it just takes off. It's gone. Gonzville. It's out of there. It's totally gone. Syria UAP 2021. How do you like that? Oh, look at this. Put a little GoPro on a mouse. Look what he finds.
Koşuyor. Toprak duvarları, kökler. Şuraya bakın, bir böcek çıkmış. Diğer.
That's foreign language. Look at that centipede. Is this AI too? Or could this be real? That big beetle there. Another little mouse. Hey, mouse. A little centipede. I don't know. Oh, readers, context. It's AI. Oh, see, all interesting things are AI, aren't they? Pretty much. Oh, here's something. Maybe this is AI too. I don't know. What sounds like science fiction is unfolding in marine biotech facilities where underwater respiration is becoming biological. Engineers created membrane systems inspired by fish gills using hydrophobic polymers that separate dissolved oxygen molecules from H2O at 92%. Look at that. Well, it took them long enough. A fish have been doing it for millions of years. He should have had it sooner. Oh, 60 meters of zero equipment failure. Interesting. The gill unit cost 28 grand. Oh, well, I'm just going to use a snorkel. Okay. I'll be towards the top. I'll be towards the top. Wait a minute. For context, artificial gills enable humans to breathe underwater as described, 92% efficiency, are not real. Oh, is this AI then? Gosh. Oops. I did that thing again. I don't know why it does that. Jordan Sather, our friend Jordan Sather, a perfect tweet. Truth, a simple explanation of Q by OG Anon at Jordan Sather. And here's what he says in replying to Brandon Morse: an intelligence dissemination program being conducted by @real Donald Trump and connected military intelligence insiders to bypass the fake news media and inform the public of an ongoing shadow civil war happening between the good guys and the deep state in our world, basically. That's pretty much it. Thanks, Jordan. Good synopsis. Here's some disturbing footage here. Now, if you have kids watching this, please get them out of the room because you don't want them to hear this. And this is just so disturbing. Listen to this.
The first time when we ever done it with Papa, the first time when we really done it, we had feared so much.
When you did what?
When you killed the baby, first time. And
You killed the
Papa.
babies?
Yes.
You yourself?
With Papa. Papa holding my hand, he helped me. But he told me to cut the baby's head off. But he forced me to. I couldn't.
He held your hand?
He held my hand. Yes.
Like what? Show me.
So this is my hand on the knife. He put his big hand on, and he pushed my hand and then cut off the head.
Oh, God.
Like that. And then when we got older, we got more used to it. But then we understood that when my mom found out about it, she understood. She told me that it's wrong to do this kind of stuff. So then but then me and Gabriel had still been used to it, but then we had understood that it's wrong.
And so, what's your decision is?
And then our decision, we had still a lot of fear in our head. But then when we read the book June, it said that fear is the mind killer. So when we heard that, we thought that it was true. It was not really true. But then after, there was a man called Abraham who came to help us. He said that it is true, that fear is the mind killer. And then he said we had to face our fear. And then after we faced our fear,
Look in the camera. Camera is here.
and then we after.
Camera is here.
And then after we faced our fear.
So what's you decided?
And we decided that we should stop. Or then it's
Come, Gabriel, come closer, girlies.
Isn't that just disturbing? So disturbing. All right. Yeah. When you grow up in a satanic death cult, and there's other interviews of those two children, it's very sick, but this is what these people do. It's really, really sick. And look at this. A mysterious object resembling a giant bird with outstretched wings has once again been spotted in images of the sun, according to the report from the Solar Astronomy Laboratory of the Space Research Institute, IKI, of the Russian Academy of Sciences on February 3rd, 2026. Look at that. Look at that. Looks like a bird. That's pretty cool. Although the sun is a natural thing and a bird is a natural thing, and natural things tend to look like other natural things from time to time. So it also looks like the state of Texas, sort of, you know. Oh, and Peggy Dancer says, I saw this 8 years ago. Been talking about it since then. Pray, people, only God. Yes, it's very sick. And then Jay Bying says, Thunderbird coming soon or Phoenix? Yeah, right? Maybe both. Maybe both. Oh, and Skylark says, in Stephen Baxter's science fiction novels, there are space-dwelling animals called photino birds, which could resemble this image. Okay. Interesting, huh? I would have to say. So interesting. And here, now we looked at this. Oh, not a real photo. This is a theoretical visualization plot of a single photon's quantum wave function. Oh, I wondered about that. Photons cannot be photographed. So is it real or is it Memorex? I don't know. Interesting. Gosh, it's so hard to navigate, to find truth when there's so much gunk out there. I love this, but honestly, his reporting changed everything. There hasn't been anything with this much impact in USA politics in a long time, and he deserved $1 million. End of story. No brainer. This should have been easy. Breaking: Elon Musk and X award Nick Shirley $100,000 for writing an epic article on exposing Tim Walz. That's awesome. Congratulations. Oh, this is great. You're going to love this. Look at this. This is she's watching a tutorial. You know, we're just going to cut out the dumb music. So she's going to try it. She's got the same colors. She's going to try and make her lips look big like that girl did on the video. Uh-oh. Oh. And she's watching another video tutorial. Oh. Maybe she could do this one. Yeah. She looks intrigued. Well, look at that. Final result is very different. She's got the white on. Look at that. Not quite the same. Not quite the same. Okay, ladies, do not try to make your lips look bigger than they are. Puffy lips are not that cool. It looks like she has a mustache. She's not too impressed. You know, you think about those tutorials, they got certain lighting and camera angles and probably a real artist doing all of the line work and everything. Oh no, I gave myself the hiccups again. It's too darn funny. Oh. This is from Gen XG. Gen X Girl 19. That's hilarious. Oh, Representative Anna Paulina Luna put this out about leader John Thune, who I really don't trust. Thune before passing the Save America Act. Thune after he passes the Save America Act. Yeah, you could be a rock star, but someone has some information on him, I think. Maybe he's in those files too. I don't know. Breaking, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was just featured in a Nicki Minaj video, and it's absolutely legendary. Let's check this out. Scott Bessent is rocking it. Let's check this out. Bessent's just nodding his head. So funny. Oh, 75,000 likes on TikTok. Remember this? Oh, this was glorious when it happened.
At the crux of the theory is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Does that sound like something you are behind?
Is that supposed to be a bad thing? I want to be with you everywhere.
Yeah, he's so quick. He's so quick. Oh, this is great. Trump to CNN's Caitlin Collins. I don't think I've ever seen you smile.
What do you say?
What would you say to the survivors who feel
You
they haven't gotten
are
justice?
the worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. You know, she's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile.
Well,
on
I'm
your
asking
face.
you about survivors.
You know why? You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth, and you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you.
These are
Okay,
survivors.
What do you say? Go ahead,
What would you say to
are
the
so
survivors?
Yeah, he does a great job with those people. Breaking, President Trump has signed a new economic stimulus bill aimed at injecting trillions into the XRP U.S. financial system. Now, is this true? As much as 650 trillion is expected to flow into the XRP ledger in the coming days, fueled by Real Token, the project designed to unlock the power of, I don't know. You know, I don't know if some of you might not have seen it, but I have my answer to Bitcoin, and my money's all riding on this. Bitcoin. Yeah, it's a sponge. So it's physical. So you can't lose it on the intranet. And you just put it under your pit and leave it there all day. And you take it out. It's kind of stinky. It's got your DNA in it. And it might be worth something someday. That's my little dad joke on the Pitcoin. Pitcoin. That's my little thing. This is so funny and well-deserved. Let's see. Oops. Oh, she's being cooked. Billie Eilish is getting cooked by the Tongva tribe. As the first people of the greater Los Angeles basin, we do understand that her home is situated in our ancestral land. Eilish has not contacted our tribe directly regarding her property, their property. Kirill Dmitriev, he's the over there in Russia. He's a Russian diplomat, and he says, are we now clearer on the satanic, well-connected, and ubiquitous Epstein cabal that President Putin and President Trump are fighting? This cabal lectured the world on democracy and the best practices. Truth will set you free. The vampire ball is ending. Yes, Kirill Dmitriev. He's a rock star. Absolutely incredible. CNN showing that the overwhelming majority of Americans support voter ID. Republicans, 95%. Democrats, 71%. Voter ID is not racist. It's common sense. Of course it is. Of course it is. But then they can't cheat. And here's an interesting little article I found on the intranet. In 2019, scientists managed to sequence a complete genome of a human being from a discarded piece of 5,700-year-old chewing gum. Oh, they had chewing gum 5,700 years ago? Well, I guess we're not so advanced then, are we? She had blue eyes, dark skin, dark hair, and had recently eaten a meal of duck with hazelnuts. Look at that gum. I could see why she spit it out. Look at that. Interesting. So that's kind of disturbing because I'm thinking about all the times I spit out gum on a road or something over I don't chew gum anymore, but I used to. So is someone going to take my old gum and sequence my DNA? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'll let you know if I hear. I'll let you know. Maybe I should start eating duck to make it happen quicker. Breaking: President Trump has chosen Tulsi Gabbard to oversee voter fraud and election security. Oh, good. She's awesome. Future president. There's about to be hell to pay by the Democrats. No wonder they're launching endless hit pieces about her. Yeah, she was a Democrat. They could have had a rock star right there, Tulsi Gabbard. She could have been a Democrat president, but she wouldn't have done the things the corrupt Democrats want. So they tossed her aside, and Trump gladly gave her a place at the table, and she's rocking it. Oh, this is so sweet. Look at this. Very good. Perfect. Oh, I love stuff like that. That's great. DNI, Tulsi Gabbard, Wonder Woman, defender of truth and liberty. Look at her. This is from The American. I think you're secretly Wonder Woman. Yeah, I think her and Kristi Noem reminds me of Wonder Woman too. They both could. Maybe Wonder Woman could be like maybe they're cousins, right? We're all related if you go back far enough, which is kind of a scary thought. Breaking: Representative Anna Paulina Luna reveals Senate leader John Thune is moving towards nuking the zombie filibuster. Then he went back on it. See, this is the thing about Thune. He's not a good guy. I don't know. Everyone in power is controlled. A lot of people in power are controlled, and it's just sick. Oh, I wanted to see how bad it is, how slippery it is. Look how that.
You want to know how bad it is?
Look at that shovel go.
You want to know how bad it is? You want to know how bad it is? Look, now I done lost my damn show.
Look at that. That's how bad it is.
You want to know how bad it is?
That's how bad it is. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Damn, I had to double check this guy because I don't believe anyone. And it turns out nationwide injunctions are gone. Did you hear this? I don't know if this is true or not, but let's listen to this guy.
Supreme Court delivers a huge victory to the Trump administration today. Today, the Supreme Court just handed President Trump a massive legal win. In a 6-3 decision, the justices ruled that federal courts can no longer issue nationwide injunctions, a legal roadblock that lower courts were using to obstruct Trump's executive orders before they could even be enforced. Now, this decision includes the controversial birthright citizenship order, which aimed to deny automatic citizenship to children of illegal immigrants. The lower courts had frozen the order nationwide, but now that power's gone. This ruling states no more one judge halting the entire federal government. Justice Amy Coney Barrett wrote the opinion, joined by Thomas, Alito, and Kavanaugh. Liberals on the bench, they dissented. So in translation, Trump's executive power was just defined, and the liberal courts just lost basically the only weapon that they had. This is a massive reality check in how presidential power works. Trump's back in charge, and the courts can't stop him like they thought they could. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you follow for more.
The courts can't stalk him like they thought they could. You know, when I found out stalking was illegal, I stopped wearing socks. That's right. I sure did. Not really. Elon Musk, some days be like, yeah, give yourself an award. You're doing good, buddy. And there's our last show. So we're going to wrap it up. Oh, you know what? I want to show you something that Tyler from Secure Team discovered on a recent video he put out. And I went to the NASA website and I got the very large file. And I found something, the same thing he found, and it's pretty incredible. And let me see here. On the moon, it was from Apollo 15. Apollo 15. And let me see if I can get the... where is it? It's something on the moon that really shouldn't be there, but there it is. So let's see, where is that? Okay. So the main picture looked something like this. It was bigger than this. Here we go, like this. So this is Apollo 15, took this very highly detailed, very large file and photo of this area of the moon. Here you go. And over on the bottom right-hand side of it, something that Tyler from Secure Team found. And I'm showing you that I isolated it and did a close-up of it, and I did a little contrast adjustment so you can see it a little better. It's very small. I mean, you had to zoom really far in to see it. And let's go over and take a look at that right now. Share screen. Okay, share. And look at that. Right above this other smaller crater down here is this. Look at that. It's a straight something, like a cigar-shaped something or other. Could be a mobile home or a base or a craft or some sort of something. Maybe it was just something in the developing. I did see some like little fuzzy hairs and stuff that were just, but this looks very interesting. Very interesting indeed. And let's try and get a little more detail, add a little more contrast to that. Oops. This one. Okay. Contrast. See it there? I don't know. It's something. There's something there. And it looks like the light is hitting from the right. So It's not really casting much of a shadow. It's a very curious find, and congratulations to Tyler from Secure Team for finding that. It's a pretty amazing find. And Dark Brain says mobile home, LOL. Moon rednecks. Yeah, it could be. And Skylark says that could be a flaw in the film. It could be emulsion. That could be. We need a second image for confirmation. Yes, good point. And the other thing that I thought was curious about it is it's straight with the, it's exactly horizontal, which is odd too, which leads me to believe it might not be real, but it is curious. Very, very curious. Skylark says the original U.S. Army Project Horizon moon base would have resembled the capital letter L. Okay. Well, maybe it was unfinished. And Skylark says that could be a moon QAnon set hut. Quonset hut. Oh, moon Quonset hut. And Cap 78 Pack Peggy Dancer says the latest talks say Dr. John Trump was Nikola Tesla, and Trump towers have Tesla coils in them. Just sharing. Okay. Yeah, John Trump was his uncle, and he was a MIT professor. Longest serving, so they say. So Trump says. But yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, there's all kinds of weird things on the moon that need to be looked at. Need to be looked at, I would say. All right. Let's see if there's any other pictures here. You know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm going to open up the original file, and we'll take a look at that because it's pretty spectacular. Okay, we got to go over here to this, click it again, share screen. And here is the original from NASA, downloaded right from NASA, very large picture. Look at that. And the thing in question is right down here. Right down in the lower right-hand side. And I had to do a little contrast to it to make things pop out a little more. So let's do that a little bit here. Give it a little more, oops, a little more contrast. Oops. That might be too much. Okay. But let's zoom in on this thing. And scoot over here. There are probably other things on here too. Now here is those hash marks where the photograph moon pictures, they have these little X's to kind of align everything or something. Here's like a hair. Here's another one of these lines that is just a photographic thing. Something that's put on there. This is kind of interesting right here too. Look at this. You know that, and down here. Well, let's zoom in on that. Here's one of these lines. You see it's got a vertical and horizontal line here. But this looks like just a hair on the negative or something. But this looks sort of interesting. This could be like a buried base or something here, huh? This right here. It's hard to know. There's also a curious raised triangle-shaped image here. Don't know what that is. It's kind of hard to tell what any of this stuff is. And I like how it's got a little piece of this area here, which looks really interesting. It's got 3 craters right in a row, but that happens naturally if an asteroid breaks up and they're going to hit 3 in a row close to each other. Let me see if I can try and find that same thing that Tyler found. I think I might have too much contrast. There. That's a little bit more like it. It's kind of hard to find. I might not be able to find it. It's really hard to find. So he must have spent a lot of time finding that. So cheers to him for finding that thing. And when I found it, I took the screenshots because I thought, oh, I might not ever find it again. It's just lost. Look at how many things have hit the moon. You know, my mom said that one of her teachers, when she went to school, when she was a young girl, one of her teachers said that the moon was made of cheese. This is a teacher telling a student this. So I don't think it's cheese. Although Wallace and Gromit would argue that it was. They actually went there, one of their little claymation cartoons. So anyway, here it is. It's available on the internet on the NASA website. And it's AS15-M-0598-TIFF. And then you can peruse it yourself and see what you can all find there. It's pretty interesting. It's just fun to look at. And there's a number of these photographs. And also, Apollo 15, they also took that picture of that giant spacecraft on the far side of the moon, too. It's right down here somewhere. I couldn't find it. It's very, very hard to see. But that's interesting. See this? AS15-0598. There it is. And Skylark says, the shadows are deep black, and they change as the angle of incidence of the sunlight changes. Yes. I tried seeing what's in the big void here, but I can't see anything. I'll show you. I brought it back to normal. This is the original thing. And now if we just make it all bright, that's the brightness, the exposure, and the shadows. You can see there might be something in there, but you can't really tell very much. You do see a little bit of something there. Here and there, a little bit of contours. And maybe the center right here might be the thing that actually hit it, whatever is left of it. Very interesting. Oops. Guess what? I did again. Hello?
The chat is on the screen.
I noticed that. I took it off. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. The bat phone. It's hard to hang up. So that's that. Let's bring it back to its glory, or let's add some contrast and see how it looks. Look at that. Kind of wild, huh? Groovy like a record, you might even say. Well, I think that's going to about do it, folks. That's going to about do it. So we're going to wrap it up here. It's a little short show today, but yeah, we had some emergencies around the house here. Another leak in the basement. It's always something around here. But yeah, I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but that's that. So, all right. I want to thank everyone for coming along tonight. Thank you all so very much. Special thanks to all the Ultra Mods and to Dark Brain for gifting a subscription to Peggy Dancer. Thank you very much. And let's get this thing off of the screen here. There. Now we're back. We are back. And, oops, I can't click it over there. I got to click it over here. Oh, I'm way behind. I'm way behind. Here's my message. Thank you all so very much, Truth Questers. Oh, and Kathy says, good night, everyone. And Skylark says, thank you, Aaron. You're welcome, buddy. And Dark Brain says, good night, Catherine. Have a good week. And why isn't it not clicking? I click on it. Dark Brain says, was nice seeing you. Nice to see you too, buddy. And Cap 78 Pack, thank you again, Dark Brain, and Aaron for the show. Peace in, God bless you, and much love. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's nice. All right. Well, we'll see you on Friday. We do this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. So keep your cameras pointed to the skies so you can take a picture of that crazy UFO and come on to the Truth Quest and talk about it, because we'd love to hear your story about it. UFO. Wouldn't we know? We would love it. All righty, Aphrodite. We'll see you on Friday right around 9 p.m. All right. Until then, peace in. That's world peace, baby. You know it. And Skylark says, good night, fellow Truth Questers. And Dark Brain says, good night, friends. Was nice to see you all tonight. And then Kathy says, good night, Dark Brain. Hope you have a good week too, Dark Brain. And Dark Brain says, Cap 78 Pack, be well always. Isn't that nice? Dark Brain, much love. Peace in. Yes, peace in. World peace, baby. That's what we're going for. World peace. Forever. Wouldn't that be nice? Peace is way better than war. Peace rocks. Peace in. We'll see you on Friday.